Hey everybody, I believe we are live. How are you guys doing today? It's so fun hanging out. I've really been looking forward to this. I am Dana Lavoie. I am an acupuncturist and an herbalist. I am dedicated to simplifying Chinese herbs so that you can understand them and take control of your hormones and your health. So basically, I help women feel amazing during and after menopause using customized Chinese herbs supported by the best diet and lifestyle for their hormones. And today we are talking about herbal side effects. So this is something that I'm going to share with you today that is really sort of a pro insider tip. This is something that most women using herbs, they don't think about this, but it's really one of the keys to getting much bigger, much longer lasting, much better results with herbal remedies. So I'm really excited to share it with you today. And I've got the comments up, so please say hi. If you've got any questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you. So just pop in the comments and we can chat back and forth. So we're talking about herbal side effects and how so often they are a good thing. I know that sounds strange, so let me explain. So first of all, yes, there are times when you take an herb, you have an allergic reaction, and every time you take that herb, you get an allergic reaction. That herb just doesn't agree with you. That happens. That kind of side effect means that you should find a different herb. But that's maybe like, 5 to 20% of the time. The other 80% of the time or more, I find that side effects are a completely different kind of thing and that they can be such a good thing. They can be so useful to you. So, first of all, this whole idea ties in so closely what I have been working on like crazy here behind the scenes. It has been amazing for me to have all this time because of COVID stuck at home to create. And I have a completely new version of my course on using herbs during and after menopause. And if you guys want to stick around at the end, I'll give you a sneak peek of what it looks like on the inside because the new course platform is so beautiful. Um, and using the herbs this way, it's about so much more than just getting rid of hot flashes. And that's what we're talking about today, the herbal side effects ties in with. I mean, yes, it's for all that, for all the discomforts that arise, the hot flashes, the night sweats, the mood swings, the irritability, the insomnia. But everything that we do to address those with Chinese herbs during menopause at the same time is also geared at helping your body make sure that your hormone levels don't drop too low, which means it's going to be much easier for your body to have your hormone levels high enough after menopause, which is the key to looking and feeling younger and staying healthier. We're going to be talking more about that next week. It's just this beautiful progression where you're using the herbs for your current discomforts and to set you up to prevent other discomforts in the future. So you keep your hormones from falling too low during menopause, you feel better, but then you also feel better after menopause than you would have. Like your hot flashes get better now, but you're also going to feel better after menopause because of having taken those herbs than you would have otherwise. Okay, so before this gets so complicated, I just want to say if you want to know more about how Chinese herbs work, do not miss the free masterclass I'm teaching next week. I'm teaching it 3 times next week and it's going to be closed for like quite a while. There's nowhere else you can get this info. It's all about how to choose the exact herbs that are going to give you the best results. The herbs need to be customized for you, and I can't explain it in less than an hour. So that's why I'm teaching the class. There's visual props, there's a slideshow presentation. It's totally free. It's so fun. So go ahead and reserve your seat right now. It's at danalavoie.com/masterclass, or just go to my website and you'll see a link to it. I'll put it in the comments. And you guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to pop them in the comments because I'd love to chat back and forth with you today. They should pop up on my screen. But back to side effects. So one of the places I see most women who are using herbs, where I see them going wrong and getting these really temporary kind of so-so results with their herbs, is because they're not updating their herbs appropriately, right? So if your hormones or your environment changes, which happens every few months, you need to change your herbs. Otherwise, if you do happen to choose the right herbs, like sort of by good luck, they'll work for a while and then they'll stop working. But if you realize when they stop working, your body is really just saying, oh, I need different herbs now, right? So that's one kind of side effect, is that your herbs stop working and your body's telling you, well, now I need something different. Get me something different. That's one type of side effect that's really good information. And here's another. This is big picture, okay? You want to keep your hormone levels high enough during and after menopause. Estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, female and male hormones, right? You need the male fiery energy, the male hormones for bone strength, for metabolism, and for libido. And the female hormones for, so many other things: hot flashes, night sweats, insomnia, anxiety, irritability, thinning hair, dry eyes, dry mouth, vaginal dryness. So you're supporting both the watery energy, the female hormones, and the fiery energy, the male hormones. And the idea is that you need them both to be nice and high, right? But so you take herbs for both. You take herbs to make them both stronger. But you just have a hard time making those female ones, so your male ones get stronger fast. You start feeling too warm, okay? You are taking herbs for water and fire, but you start feeling too warm. So this is a side effect. A lot of women would stop taking their herbs. But what it really means is your body is just telling you, you need to focus on herbs for your water till it comes up to equal where your fire is at. And then what you do is you take your herbs for water a little longer to bring them up a notch, and then you go back to the ones for fire to bring them up to match. So most women, they get up one notch, they get out of balance, they stop taking herbs completely. But if you listen to what your body's telling you, you can get up one level and then even things out, and another level and even things out, and another level and even things out, and you can just keep going long past the point where most women would have quit because something got out of balance. That is one of the big ways that side effects can help you take your results to the next level, right? Feeling warm, you need to support the watery your watery energies and your female hormones more, and you do that with certain herbs. If you're feeling a bit cold, you need to support the fiery ones more. So it's feeling warm or cold is a side effect, but it's really just your body telling you how to adjust your herbs and keep going. So Jacqueline says, how do we keep estrogen high without a patch? So Jacqueline, just what I was talking about. So your estrogen is one of your hormones. And in Chinese medicine, the equivalent of that in Chinese medicine is your yin jing and your yang jing. And there are so many ways to raise those up and increase those levels in your body. They make you feel younger. They keep you looking younger, feeling younger. And what they do is they're going to raise your hormone levels. And like Christiane Northrup uses a lot of herbal remedies, right? And what you're going to find specifically for raising your estrogen levels is herbs with plant estrogens in them. So phytoestrogens, they're pretty much the closest thing in nature to taking actual patch, which would be like a type of hormone replacement therapy. And the herbs can be incredibly effective for this. They can be really powerful estrogenic support. But the nice thing about the plant estrogens is that your body handles them and reacts to them very differently. So you don't tend to have any of the dangers or risks that you can have with taking more of a mammalian type of estrogen. The body with plant estrogen tends to be very balanced. And I just want to have a little side note on that is, if you're mainly thinking, I need to raise my estrogen levels, that's a good thing to be thinking. Keeping all your hormone levels high enough is really, really important. But you think about estrogen, one thing that can happen with estrogen is you've always got to be thinking about progesterone as well. If estrogen is high, you want progesterone supported as well. If estrogen is higher, you want to make sure your liver is functioning really, really well. You don't ever want to get symptoms like of estrogen dominance or estrogen out of balance or too much estrogen that your body's not detoxifying well, right? If you're building up estrogen, you want to make sure you're helping your body handle and process estrogen as well, which means supporting liver function and which means supporting progesterone. That's one of the things that I really like about the Chinese herbal medicine is, you know, it supports the estrogen levels, but it also supports the other hormone levels, and it also supports the liver function and detoxification. And it also supports the endocrine system itself to help your body really know how to micromanage and know exactly what to do with that estrogen. And I know in terms of, everyone wants to know, well, what herbs should I take to raise my estrogen levels? Or what herbs should I take for hot flashes? I get an email like that almost every day. And unfortunately, I can't tell you, because I could have 3 women come to me tomorrow and they could all need help raising their estrogen levels. Yeah, so there are certain herbs. There are a lot of herbs that have phytoestrogens in them, and you're going to be choosing from among those. But to get the best results, you need to choose the ones that are matched up with you and that match everything that's going on in your body. Because like I was just saying, you can get these side effects, things can get out of balance. Like, it's more than just one thing that you need. And if you are curious about this, I am teaching a free masterclass next week about choosing the right herbs. And I am going to go into detail. Like, I'm going to give an example where you have 2 women, you know, and they both have the same exact symptom, but why I would give them completely different herbs. And I'm going to show you, you know, all about how this works. It's not something I can explain in a few minutes, which is why the class is an hour long with like visual props, you know, slides. And it's so awesome that if you want to know about how to choose the right herbs for the type of support that your hormones need, that is exactly what I am here to help you with. But if I just tell you take this herb and this herb, you're going to go get so-so results. Whereas if I can really show you how to do this right, you can get amazing results for this. And I'm also going to talk in the presentation about when to use herbs instead of hormone replacement therapy, how to use herbs with hormone replacement therapy, to really make sure you get everything you need to get those estrogen levels high enough, because it's really important that they are high enough. So I would love to have you join me on that free class. I'm teaching it 3 times next week, so hopefully there's a time that will work for you. It's online and it's totally free. It's danalavoie.lac.com/masterclass. And if you just go to my website, you'll see a link. The doctors can be, you know, when I first started doing this like 16 years ago, I remember the first woman who came to me with terrible hot flashes, and that's it. They say, here are some antidepressants, here are some sleeping pills, wait it out. And I couldn't believe at the time that they were saying that. But what I really can't believe is that now, 15 years later, they're still saying that, because in Chinese medicine, it's like it's like, no, these are messages from your body telling you your hormones are out of balance. Do something about it. Don't just mask the symptoms and wait it out. Get to the underlying hormonal imbalance and, you know, fix it. So that is exactly what I'm going to be talking about on the masterclass in great detail. And this side effects thing that I'm talking about today is just a little part of it. So if you have any specific questions, Jacqueline, please let me know. So what I was saying is that that's what I know. Women are still going to their doctors, and their doctors are saying, here are some antidepressants, here are some sleeping pills, just use that to get through menopause and then it'll get better. And that in Chinese, I mean, that just, you know, that's not the Chinese medicine approach at all. We have a completely different approach, and it works. It works. I've just helped so many hundreds of women so consistently with it that I know it works. That's why I'm teaching it, because just like everyone needs to know about this. This is, you'll find this out in the masterclass. Knowing how to use herbs for your hormones is a tool every woman needs to know how to use. I firmly believe that. I cannot imagine being in perimenopause, about to, you know, get to menopause myself, if I did not have those herbs and know how to use them. I can't even imagine how I would be feeling about it. You are so welcome, Jacqueline. I would just love to work with you on this. And there's going to be live Q&A on the masterclass. I mean, there's just going to be lots of time to address everything. Okay, so let's see. So here's what's great. Hi, Dolly Lee. Hi. Well, you're in the wrong place, but maybe it turned out to be a happy coincidence. Okay. So what I was saying is that if you get these messages from your body like, oh, I'm a little too hot, I'm a little too cool, it means I need to adjust the herbs I'm taking, Or sometimes, you know, it's just that your hormones changed because you're going through menopause. So like your hormones just changed all of a sudden, and all of a sudden you need different herbs. So you adjust your herbs and you keep going. And then in 3 or 6 months, you know, you have another problem. Like, so you're too warm, you adjust your herbs. Now you're too cool, you adjust your herbs. And it's a beautiful thing that happens where you build up your watery energy, then you build up your fiery energy to match it. You build up your watery energy, you build up your fiery energy to match it. And these are like your female hormones and your male hormones. And it's just beautiful when you can keep them in balance as you increase them. You know, and some women are going to need like 80% herbs for their watery energy and 20% herbs for their fiery energy to keep things in balance. Some women are going to need 50-50 and some are going to need 80-20 the other way. It just depends on the person. So that's why we need to listen to the messages our body is giving us about how much of each we need, right? What ratio? And it's going to change over time. Like during menopause, we feel hotter and we need more support for the watery energy. Afterwards, we tend to need more support for the fiery energy as well. Okay. So another thing that can happen is, let's see, where was I? Okay. This is another amazing thing about Chinese herbs that you are not going to find in hormone replacement therapy. And it's another really common side effect and another really common reason women will get this, will stop taking herbs, and then not get the next level of benefit. So say when you start out, your hormone levels are too low, right? Or your adrenals are burned out. So a lot of problems in menopause, it's like, oh, because your hormones are too low, so you want to take herbs or something to raise up your hormone levels. Well, in Chinese medicine, that's raising up your energy level. Here's something to think about. Your body has all this energy in it. And in Chinese medicine, you might know this, your energy flows around your body, right? It flows. And I'm just going to take a quick peek. Yeah, your energy flows through these energy meridians all around it. It's just supposed to flow freely all the time. And when the energy gets blocked or stuck, you don't feel well. You get pain, you get discomfort, you can get breast tenderness, abdominal bloating, irritability, like all kinds of problems. You really want your energy to keep flowing. So say you have a little energy traffic jam somewhere. It's not complete blockage, but it's like a partial blockage, okay? And you're not really having too many problems from it, but your energy is really low. Like imagine water in a stream. So the water is flowing through the stream, but it's like August, it's the end of the summer, it's all dried up, there's not very much water in the stream, right? So there's like a little log across the stream, but you know, not much water backs up behind it because there's just not much water. Well, all of a sudden, when you start taking these herbs to build up your energy, it's like somebody opened a dam and now there's all this new water coming down the stream. Well, sorry, a really loud car just went by. There's all this new energy flowing through your body. When it gets to that place where there's a blockage, now all of a sudden, instead of a little tiny energy traffic jam, you've got a big energy traffic jam. So it's the same blockage you had before, but when you increase your energy, you are going to notice energy blockages or traffic jams, I call them, anywhere in your body. All of a sudden, you're going to get a pain or a discomfort or an irritability and think, oh, I feel like crap on these herbs. And it's just because your energy was so low. That's the only reason the energy blockage was not bothering you. You need more energy. But when you first start to increase the energy, you notice the energy traffic jam. So that's when most women will quit because it doesn't feel good. And they are never going to build up those low energy levels. But if you can say, oh, that's an energy traffic jam, I got to back off a little bit on the herbs that are building up my energy. I got to back off for a minute. I got to take herbs to remove energy traffic jams, to move energy, right? So when you build up energy, then you have to make sure it's moving. Now, in some women, it moves well on its own, but in a lot of us, we need a little help with that as well. So it's like this, you build up energy and you move energy. You build up energy, you move energy, right? So it's kind of like with the water and the fire, the water and the fire. Well, as the water and the fire build, you need to make sure you're also helping your energy to move. Now, again, some women are going to need 95% building and 5% moving. And some women are going to need like 75% moving and 25% building, or it's not going to work for them. And the energy traffic jams can come from a lot of different causes. They can come from poor digestion, dampness, phlegm, old diseases, inflammation. But another really big cause of these energy traffic jams is stress. Now, we all know stress can cause physical problems, right? It can cause symptoms, it can mess up our hormones. Well, in Chinese medicine, it causes these energy traffic jams. It makes our energy stuck. So, moving the energy and releasing those energy traffic jams allows you to build up your energy more and more and more. And you really need to do these things in balance, because if your energy is too low, like your hormones are too low, and you do too much energy moving, you're going to feel like you have even less energy. It's like that stream with not a lot of water in it. If you move that water, there's no more water. So you have to listen to your body, know what it's telling you about when it put in more water, move, put in more energy, move the energy, put in more energy, move the energy in the ratio that's right for you. And when you know how to do that, when you know how to adjust between the herbs that tonify your warm, your female hormones and your male hormones, which is your yin and yang, and you know when to increase and fine tune the herbs that build up your energy and move your energy, oh my goodness. Instead of just quitting when something feels a little off, you can adjust and go to the next level. And you can end up building up your energies so much higher that you can completely transcend the level of health you were at. So many women are always struggling with the same health issues. Like they take a remedy and it gets a little better or a little worse, but they just kind of always have high blood pressure, or they always have high cholesterol, or they're always trying to lose weight, or they're always kind of tired or something like that. And they think, well, that's just me. It's just because I'm older. But when you start to use these side effects in this way to go from up from level to level without getting stuck, you can completely transcend those health issues and reach a whole new level of feeling younger and healthier, more energetic. And believe me, this is what allows you to use herbs to raise your hormone levels up as high as they really need to be to feel really, really good during and after menopause. And there are so many health benefits to keeping, like Jacqueline was saying, so many health benefits to keeping your estrogen levels high enough during and after menopause. Okay, so I love that Dolly says this makes so much sense, because I came on saying, oh, I'm going to tell you why herbal side effects are a good thing. It's such a strange thing to think, but from a Chinese medicine perspective, it just makes so much sense. I really wanted to share this with you, and I'm glad that it's not too out there or too complicated, that you're enjoying this. Like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. So let's see, what else did I want to say? We talked about the traffic jams, and so the side effects tell you what you need to know to adjust your herbs and keep going to the next level of higher energies, more hormones. And so knowing how to do this, how to listen to your body and create an herbal combination. So Jacqueline, this is what you need, is you need an herbal combination that's going to support raising your estrogen levels, but also look at progesterone, also look at testosterone, also look for energy traffic jams, stress, liver function. Make sure you have everything you need so that your body, we're going to give it as much of the phytoestrogens as it can handle, but with everything else it needs to be able to raise that without running into a problem. That's where the customized combination comes in. That's what I'm going to be talking about on the Masterclass next week. So knowing how to do this means knowing how to create a balanced herbal combination. And then, just because it's right for you right now, well, that's great, but probably in 3 months, you're going to need to change it. It's going to be time to do more moving or do more water or do more fire. So knowing how to create the balanced herbal combination, and then knowing how to adjust your herbs over time in a strategic way. That is really important for really taking your results to the next level. So this is the kind of thing that herbalists know that can take your results from herbal remedies to so much bigger and more longer lasting. And this is what I want to make available to all of you. So if you are curious to learn more about this, I have a blog post that came out this week on this topic of herbal side effects. So definitely check that out and read through it. There's a video because it talks about what I was talking about today. And in the blog post, I'm usually a little more like focused. And so it's a really nice summary. But definitely go save a seat in that free masterclass, because I am going to dive much, much deeper than I normally do into how to use herbs, how to choose the right herbs, because I'm going to have a full hour with you to give you the whole rundown, the big picture. Usually in a blog post or something like this, it's one piece of the puzzle, which is great. But in the masterclass, I'm going to give you the whole picture. And that's what I'm really, really excited about. I don't teach the masterclass all the time. I just teach it occasionally. But next week I am teaching it 3 times, and I'm super excited. So definitely I would love to have you on there with me. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I've been working on it. It's all new. It's really going to be great. So don't miss it. And like I said earlier, I truly believe using herbs for their hormones is a tool every woman should know how to use. They are that powerful. They are that effective. And the free masterclass is the place to start. There's nothing else that I know of like it out there. So it's totally free. Save your seat. I'm Dana Lavoie. I'm an acupuncturist and herbalist. I help women feel amazing during and after menopause with customized Chinese herbs supported by the best diet and lifestyle for their hormones. I do it by simplifying the herbal medicine so that you can really use the true power of it. I'm always available for questions, and I can't wait to see you guys on the masterclass next week. Does anyone else have any questions before I hop off? You can ask me anything. I'm here for you guys. I've still got some time, so if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat, and I would be happy to answer them for you. See you at the masterclass. Awesome. Yeah, I will be there with bells on. It's going to be a total blast. I love talking about herbs, as you guys can tell. And so to have that much time and the whole like slideshow presentation, it's a real treat for me to be able to teach that class. I'm super excited about it. All right. All right. Well, if anybody has any questions, or if you are watching the replay viewers, welcome. I'm thrilled to have you. Go ahead and put your questions in the comments below this post. Just tag me, and I'll come back after the fact and answer them. Dolly Lee. Okay, so to register for the masterclass, I am going to put the link in the comments, but you just want to go to my website. It's danalavoielac.com/masterclass. But if you just go to Dana Lavoie, LAC, DANALAVOIE. Here, I'm gonna put it in right now. Look at that. I can add to the comments too. I didn't even know I could do that. It should have just popped up. So that will take you to where you can register. Like I said, you just choose the day and time that you want to attend. I'm teaching the same class 3 times. So choose the day and time you want to attend, and then you just put in your name, first name, and your email, and you are all signed up. You have to save a seat ahead of time, but it's completely free. So that's where you can get your seat. Contact me if you have any questions. Replay viewers, put your questions in the comments below. I'll come back and answer them. And does lack of it cause Alzheimer's or increase it? So, there's like some debate about what are the most significant causes of Alzheimer's, but in general, there is quite a bit of information about there that if your estrogen levels drop too low after menopause, the health of your brain function in general is one of the things that really suffers. Keeping your estrogen levels high enough after menopause supports the health of your bones and your bone density, your cardiovascular system, so your heart and your circulatory system, and your brain. Those are 3 of the big things that keeping your estrogen levels high enough can really help to support. So in general, keeping your estrogen levels and your hormone levels high enough is very important for healthy brain function. With Alzheimer's, there's a lot of different factors. There may be a genetic factor, and there's, different factors, but so I don't know that, it's a big conversation, but definitely for healthy brain function, keeping your hormone levels high enough is really, really important. Oh, Dolly says, I love herbs. Me too. I have loved herbs my whole life. They're a total passion of mine, in case you couldn't tell. Yes, so that's what okay, so Dolly Lee says, my estrogen was too high and caused me breast cancer. So this is what I was saying earlier, is if you're gonna put build up your estrogen levels, it's really important to help your body know how to handle that estrogen. It's really important that your progesterone is also supported, and that your liver function is also supported, and that your ability to detoxify estrogen is also supported, and that your endocrine system is supported, because your body makes 3 different kinds of estrogen. So when you get the estrogen building blocks, right? Like from herbs, your body can turn it into one of the forms of estrogen. And if your endocrine system is working really well, it'll send out the right messages, and you'll have the right ratios of the different kinds of estrogens, because certain types of estrogens tend to lead to more problems. So to keep estrogen from causing problems, that's why I don't just recommend hormone replacement therapy like without herbal medicine. Like, I think herbs are so important when you're building up your hormones, because by supporting liver function, by supporting estrogen detoxification, by helping reduce inflammation, reducing stress, supporting the endocrine system, it's like estrogen itself, when you build it up, it can easily cause a traffic jam of some kind. Like, think about, PMS. What do you feel like? You feel like one big traffic jam. Estrogen dominance, right? That's kind of what PMS feels like. And some women who tend to get into estrogen sensitive cancers and other estrogen problems, often there is an estrogen dominance thing happening where there's too much estrogen in relation to their other hormones. The body isn't able to either get rid of some estrogen or bring the other hormones up or do what it needs to do to make sure that estrogen isn't too high all on its own. So that's why I love the Chinese herbs so much. First, because the phytoestrogens in plants don't tend to create that in the same way, but also they tend to really, really help to prevent those kind of problems from happening when you are building up your hormones. Like, I have clients who they take the herbs. Some of them, certain women, just genetically are very prone to low hormone levels after menopause. It's very hard for their body to make enough hormones. So even with all the herbs, they might need a little extra help. It's about like maybe 20%. They don't get enough from the herbs. So I'll say take a little bit of bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. But if you're already using the herbs, right, you've got the herbs totally on board, and your body, it's moving energy, it's got everything supported, everything's going perfectly well. It just needs a little help with that one piece, building up those estrogen just a little bit extra. You can take a little bit of hormone replacement therapy and get all the benefit and none of the side effects. It's like your body knows exactly what to do with it, right? All the other stuff is already taken care of. So they can work really well together and help to avoid some of those kinds of problems. So Dolly Lee, yeah, for you, I'm so sorry that you had to deal with. I hope that you've had a good recovery, and that you've got a good plan now as a survivor, that you're doing things to help increase your chances of never having a recurrence, right? That you are doing everything you can to help your body. There's so many things you can do now to support your body to help prevent your chances of recurrence, to just stay really, really healthy. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Like I said, if you are coming in and watching the replay, put your questions in the comments below. You can also go to danalavoielac.com and send me a message. There's a little icon on each page where you can send me a message directly. And definitely go to danalavoielac.com/masterclass and sign up for the free class I'm teaching next week if you're curious about herbs, because there is so much I'm going to share on that class. Like I said, it's like the whole picture instead of one piece of the puzzle. All right, you guys, thanks so much for joining me. Have an awesome rest of your day. And I will see you next week on the Masterclass. Okay, bye for now.